Nick here, third row, and first question.
Steve, Nick Friedel, ESPN, injury-related questions. What's the latest on Kevin and his status for tomorrow?
So Kevin won't play tomorrow, but he's ramping up his exercise routine, his workouts. And Klay is day-to-day, so he's questionable. And Loon is out, for the series. So there's your medical update.
Andre, okay.
Yeah, Andre's going to play.
Was he able to do anything?
Yeah, he practiced.
Jeff on the far right.
Jeff Zilgate, USA Today. Steve, with the importance of sports science staffs and training staffs, what do you want the goal to be? What did you learn from Phoenix that maybe you wanted to bring here? And, what is their overall importance in helping put guys on the court?
Well, I think the idea is to provide the players the best possible care, and I think over the last couple of decades, it's incredible the difference in the size of training staffs, the expertise, the overall knowledge that we have now compared to 20 years ago, and so you want to hire top-notch people, and you want your players to be well taken care of and to participate in their own well-being. And so we have a really good group. We're very proud of our group and lucky to have them. And our players have done a very good job of being engaged with them all year. And you just try to stay as healthy as possible, but you got to be aware that stuff's just going to happen, and there's not much you can do about it.
Hi, Steve Kerr, NBC Sports Bay Area. Going back to Kevon's injury, a non-displaced first costal cartilage fracture. Just what is that in layman's terms, and is it a situation where he can't raise his arm?
Well, it's kind of I think it's closer to the breastbone here. It is part of the collarbone, from what I understand, kind of in that in the joint in there, and so it's not anything that's going to be a problem long term, but it's going to keep him out for the rest of the series, which is obviously a big blow for us and for him. I mean, he's had such a great season, such a great postseason run, and fortunately, it won't affect his future, but it's a big loss for us.
Fragility of this time of year. The players want to give the most of their bodies. The demands are on it, but it's also the time of year where a long season catches up with you. Just what do you make of the injuries piling up in this moment?
Yeah, it's just the way it goes. And we've been playing 100-plus games for 5 years now. Not all of our players, but our team. And so we've got a lot of guys who have played long, difficult seasons, and they take great care of themselves, but there's a certain amount of luck involved with this too, and we know that. We've been on both sides of that. Some of our opponents have suffered injuries. We've suffered injuries. It's just part of the deal. So you just keep pushing forward.
Josh Peter with USA Today. How have all the injuries impacted Steph's role as a leader and just his ability to stabilize things or efforts to stabilize things, and how has he grown into the role of leader?
Well, he's been our leader since I've been here, and he leads by example. We have, and I should clarify that he's been one of our key leaders. Andre and Draymond, I would single out as well. But they all lead in their own unique ways. And Steph leads with his example, his work ethic, his humility. The players all love him. They love playing with him. They appreciate him so much. And I think with the injuries, where he's grown is his awareness, his understanding of what needs to happen, what he needs to do when other guys are out. Just sort of, game management stuff. But he's always been the same person. I think that's the beauty of Steph. He doesn't change. He's a rock, and our guys lean on him all the time.
Hey, Steve, Mark Medina, Bay Area News Group. It's obviously a different set of injuries and an opponent, but what do you think it's going to take to have a kind of performance like the Game 6 against Houston where, you know, the star players that are healthy and the bench players all rose to the occasion?
Yeah, and you know, that's not the only time that you know, that has happened. I mean, you know, the other night was a good example. We had to finish the game without Klay, without Kevin. We did that in Game 5 of the Houston series too, when Kevin got hurt. And so our team is very adaptable. We got a lot of versatility, and what it requires is bench players being ready to step up like they always are, and guys just playing hard and playing together. And I think you have to be fearless too, which our team is. You can't worry about anything. You just go out there and play and compete and let it fly, and whatever happens, happens.
Hi, Steve. Janie McCauley from AP. We only got to see a half an hour of it. Did Kevin get on the court at all today, or is he? And that's still a step that you need to
Kevin's
see.
going to get on the floor at the practice facility later today. So he did not get on the floor here. He was here for our film session and for some treatment, but he'll be getting some work in this afternoon. And so yeah, he's out for tomorrow, but improving, and we'll you know, we'll just keep updating you when we have something.
Hi, Steve. Ann Killian, San Francisco Chronicle. How challenging is this stretch for you and your coaching staff? I mean, can you compare it to other playoff stretches in terms of, you know, just what you're having to do, playing young players, losing key bodies, trying to figure out the right rotations?
I don't really look at it that way. I haven't even stopped to think about whether this reminds me of any particular year or anything. It's just part of the job, and I think the way we look at it is it's a challenge, and we accept the challenge and embrace it. And you know, both as a team and as a staff, we you know, we sort of you know, but obviously we're mostly just feeling sorry for the players who can't be out there because that's what they work for. But when it happens, we feel like, all right, we got to do our jobs, and we've got to figure out the combinations that'll make sense, and we just do it, and it's part of the job, and it's you know, I don't want to say enjoyable because it's dampened by the injuries themselves, and you feel bad. I feel so bad for Loon. Especially, you know, Klay and Kevin were very hopeful they're going to be back out there, but Loon, you know, much like, you know, DeMarcus, you know, the second game of the playoffs, when these guys go down, and you know, especially during the postseason, you just feel so badly for them. But the job is to move on and give your team the best chance to win. So we just meet every day and try to figure it out.
Steve, Mark Schwartz, ESPN. Boogie just said that the last time he saw a box and one was in middle school. Steph called it a janky defense. I was wondering when the last time you saw a janky defense like that, and how do you think it worked against you guys?
In ninth grade, a team played one against me. So very proud to announce that. I had a box and one just like Steph. So janky defenses have been going on for a long time. What does janky mean anyway? I'm not exactly sure, but
That was Steph's word. I don't know.
yeah, it was very effective. You know, the key with the zone is, or any janky defense for that matter, it just changes the rhythm. And so watching the tape, we had open looks that we didn't knock down, but the rhythm changed and the look changed, and so it was very effective. They did a good job with that. It's just typically not something you can rely on for big, long stretches of the game. So, you know, it's probably something you see more often in high school, even college, you'll see it. But I don't remember ever seeing it in the NBA.
Mark, last question on that.
Yeah, Steve, Mark Berman, New York Post. How did Klay look moving around or shooting? We saw some shooting. How optimistic are you about Game 3?
Well, he says he's feeling well and that he's feeling a lot better today than he did yesterday, and he thinks he'll be ready to go. But yeah, as I said the other night, Klay's always going to say he's ready to go. And what we'll have to determine is that a risk? If he plays, are we risking anything? If the training staff feels good about his ability to go out there and play without making things worse, then he'll play. But if there's a risk, we'd rather give him the next couple of days to continue to heal and hopefully have him out there for Game 4. But it's literally day to day.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks.